With aerodynamic lines, a luxurious interior, and a powerful engine, what feeling do you get when driving the Jaguar F-Type? All of them. An exhilarating combination of design and performance makes the F-Type like no other sports car in the world. Learn more at JaguarUSA.com.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Is that Shakespeare?
Nope, it's Geico.
Yeah, that's Shakespeare from one of his unpublished works. Oh, it be not for awakening. Nay, giveth thou the berries. For 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
No, it's from Geico, because they help save people money.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Geico got it from Shakespeare.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Hello and welcome to episode 371 of the VSiN Market Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Applebaum. Happy Monday, everyone. What is going on, guys? And you know what they say? All good things must come to an end. I am back in Boston, playing a little bit banged up today. I am exhausted, but it was all worth it. I flew back to Boston really early this morning. Our plane came in at like 5 a.m., so it was a quick turnaround here for me, but a big day as well. And I just wanted to say I had such a great time in Vegas, guys. Aside from it being literally 115 degrees every single day, at one point it got up to 119. Hey, you guys out there, you got it great when it comes to watching all these games early. You know, all the 7 o'clock games start at 4 o'clock, or you know, all the 1 o'clock games start at 10 o'clock. So I love that aspect of it. But the heat, man, the heat is legit out there. A couple days, actually, one day we went to Mandalay Bay, the aquarium, with my fiance's family, and walked back from Mandalay Bay to the MGM Park MGM where we were staying. And oh my God, I studied abroad in Africa, in Namibia, when I was 20 years old on a wildlife conservation project. I haven't been that hot since in Africa. Like, oh my God. But guys, I am, my heart's full, clear eyes, you know, can't lose. What's that phrase from Friday Night Lights? But I just had a fantastic time. It was so great being out there, the buzz of Vegas. And really just, you know, I want to thank so many people that made my trip so awesome, so amazing. So my guy Bill D, who runs all of VSiN, is just an awesome guy, and I was able to hang out with Bill and meet him at Circo, which was great. Brian Rogers, who runs everything as well. My guy John Goulet, we hung out. We actually went to the Wynn, which was nice. My fiance's sister and brother-in-law got a room at the Wynn, which was really, really cool. So we kind of went back and forth, and the pool there is legit. I'll just tell you that. And it's kind of funny because, you know, I've been to the Encore in Boston, which is, you know, Wynn, same sort of thing. It's you almost feel like you're in Boston. It's the same exact hotel. But also the producers, Steph, JJ, Jason Kahn, Jacob and Danny on Rush Hour, my guy Dave. My guy Dave Ross, who did a great job filling in, co-hosting. So it was just a great time. It was great to be there. And I got to say, guys, pretty decent out there for baseball plays. And also, burying the lead here, how about a little bit of biting in the UFC? Remember we said, hey, you know, I don't want to just throw you guys games to throw you bouts to throw you bouts. I don't want to just give you volume. I want to give you winners, and we want to identify sharp bets. So 2-0 in the UFC. We made 3 bets. Unfortunately, our guy John's that fight got postponed. But how about Misha Tate? How about Matus Gamrot? Both coming up bigly for the team. A beautiful 2-0 in biting. So that continues our hot streak here. And of course, you know, you always look forward to it. But I love getting the tweets from you guys. I love it. Like, you know, I went out to dinner. We went to this Italian place called Carmine's, which is it's like family style, old school New York Italian. It was amazing. But I'm out there with the fam, having a couple drinks. I look at my Twitter and I get all these tweets from you guys about biting, which is fantastic. And now you have like your wives, your husbands, your family talking about biting, and now so we're getting biting to trend, which is awesome. But again, younger, taller, longer reach, Misha Tate and Matus Gamrot, 2-0. Nice little 2-0. There ain't nothing wrong with a 2-0. Again, I wanted 4 plays. That's kind of our thing, 4 or 5. But if only 2 match, if only 3 match, one gets PPD'd. Hey, 2-0 in the biting. So that is just fantastic. But anyway, guys, I'm back in the bean. I'm back in Boston. I can't wait to get out to Vegas again. And I actually ran into a bunch of you guys. I was back and forth from the South Point circa. Obviously hung out at the Wynn, hung out at Park MGM. And I got to say, too, like, I got to find the schedule for my Boston Bruins, because I didn't realize this, but the Park MGM, which my fiance loved and her mom loved because it's non-smoking. And the other thing, the reason I love it, centrally located. The Park MGM Casino is located literally a stone's throw from T-Mobile Arena, where the Vegas Knights play. So I told my fiance's family, I'm gonna find out the schedule for the NHL season this upcoming year, and cross my fingers. I hope and I think the Bruins are going to Vegas to play the Knights. And when that is the case, as soon as those tickets come out, I'm getting a bunch of tickets. Bruins, Knights, Bruins. And we're gonna stay at the Park MGM and literally walk like 2 seconds. And they have these. I went to this beer house place, this like German place to pregame a little bit, and that's like literally located right next to it. So I cannot wait to come back and watch the Bees and stay at Park MGM and walk over to the arena. It is gonna be the bomb, as the kids say. Do the kids even say that anymore? The bomb used to be big. Maybe they're on. They say it's lit. It's fire. I can't even keep track. I'm getting too old right now, guys. But anyway, we're back at it. It's a Monday. It's a new week. And hopefully we can bring some of this little juju back from Vegas to Boston here and wherever you guys are listening in. But a big day today, guys, because I'll tell you right now, it's a baseball day. It's a baseball day. And I would say, did anyone play the Yankees last night? The Yankees were sharp against my Red Sox. I did not take the Sox. They're playing out of their minds, but they're actually in a bit of a losing streak here. Yankees look bad. However, Yankees were like minus 105 up to minus 120. I don't know if anyone played the Yankees there, but a big hit. Also, the White Sox, same thing. Pick them to around minus 130. And I know my girl Maureen Chase. Sound the alarm. Woo, woo. White Sox against the lefty day came through. Sadly, Fade Harvey Day did not. I think we were giving Harvey too much crap. I think he posted a win here for us. But that's okay, guys. It is a big baseball day, like I said. That's the only game in town, and I love the board. I'm not going to lie to you. I love the board. There's 13 baseball games. I have 8 plays that caught my eye, and a bunch are like blueprint sharp contrarian plays for us. So we'll talk about that. And we'll also look toward the NBA Finals Game 6. So the previous game, I'll just mention this real quick. Really great hit to the over. Game 5, I think that total was like 218 up to 220. You had a pace, you had officials, and that thing flew over. So if you got the over, and I had a conundrum there, and I'm kicking myself afterwards because if I made one mistake in Vegas and everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I'm okay, but I'm also like a little upset that I didn't lean more on the Milwaukee Bucks in that game because that total in the previous game or the spread there, it kind of stayed exactly where it's at. I think it was like 4.5. Or was it 5? I forget the number exactly, but anyway, I had all these matches on the Suns at home favorites, short home favorites. Home favorites are 4-0. So all my system matches were the Suns, but it ended up being that the Suns were the really popular play, and it was actually a line freeze on the Bucks. Even though the Suns were getting the big majority of bets, the Bucks line did not move at all. And I know I got nervous because Thomas Gable, my guy, and it was actually the line at 4, I think. It kind of opened 4, stayed 4. There were 3.5s that got up to 4, but my guy TG, I always text him before he comes on the weekend. I'm like, hey, I like to confirm stuff because TG, the race and sportsbook director at the Borgata, sharpest guy around. And I was like, hey, what do you think? And he's like, I really like the Bucks here, man. Bucks plus the points. So I immediately get nervous. Then I see like 65% of bets are on the Phoenix Suns, and it ended up being a line freeze because even though you had heavy betting on the Suns, the line really didn't move off of 4. So looking back on it, that was a tough spot for me because all my systems, that's a conundrum as a market-based, data-driven bettor. Like all my systems were home favorites, short home favorites, Suns graded home. All those matches were Phoenix. Yet there was kind of a line freeze and a contrarian play with Milwaukee. So I laid the 4 there. I got the over, which was nice. We had a couple prop bets that hit. I know Connaughton went over, and who was it? There's one more person. I forgot who it was. Anyway, but I know Connaughton had a good game for us. But whole point there is I probably should have leaned more on the Bucks as a contrarian line freeze. But anyway, regrets. I got them all. But with that being said, guys, just want to welcome you in, of course, a new week starting off here. I want to thank you all for tuning into the pod, making it a staple and part of your day. And I ran into a bunch of you guys at Circa and at the South Point, and you guys have mentioned to me you enjoy the pod, so that meant a lot to me with all you guys. So seriously, I really appreciate it. But anyway, the pod's free, but we have so much more to offer at VSiN. The first thing you got to do is sign up for the newsletter, another resource that's free, sent to your inbox every single morning. You wake up with your bacon and eggs, your coffee, your granola, whatever you guys do for in the morning here. And what you'll have is just a rundown, kind of a newspaper. It's a one-stop shop. You'll have the rundown of all the programs that day at VSiN, all the shows and the co-hosts and the times. I'll be joining Lombardi Line after this. Our colleague Stormy Bonantoni's back. She's works for the Vegas Knights. Now she's working back with us with VSiN, so it'd be nice to see Stormy. Michael Lombardi is jacked and excited. He's back from his weekend or his vacation here. So we got Lombardi Line, but also you'll have promos for all the legal sports books. They want your business, and you want to be able to shop for the best line. So take advantage of these promos if you live in a legalized state. And then, of course, you got my Market Insights column. And basically, it's just sharp reports, grinding sharp reports. Right now, it's pretty much baseball every day. There'll be one for tomorrow with more prop bets in NBA. But hopefully, just get you waking up with looking at line movement, overnight lines, and hopefully beating some closing lines. Just getting you thinking about that day's slate. And then, of course, Dave Tully's ATS reports. How did favorites, overs, underdogs, totals do? And then, all the helpful links you need with all the different columns, JVT, the whole crew. With the VSiN newsletter. And again, it's free. It costs you nothing. It's the best way to stay plugged into VSiN and the sports betting market. Just go to VSiN.com/newsletter, put in your email. You'll get it every single morning. Then, of course, you want to take that next step in your sports betting journey, and you want to get Gamble and Lose, UFC biting plays to add on to our biting system plays. Sign up for a VSiN membership. Go to VSiN.com/subscribe, put in your email, and basically what you'll get is everything that we offer behind the paywall. You get every Points Spread Weekly magazine. You will get all of the afternoon best bet emails, letting you know all the picks from the guests and the hosts. Tail fade, do what you want, but these are real bets from real people who have their own money and their own reputation behind these plays. So they're trying to win, and a lot of my colleagues are great at their best bets specifically. So you get take advantage of that. You also get 20% off the store. Get hats, get merch, get a VSiN shirt. You'll get all of our betting guides. You get everything behind the paywall with power ratings, splits, stats, live odds, everything included. So just go to VSiN.com/subscribe, put in your email, and again, you want to take that next step. This is where all the resources really come up bigly in terms of content and everything. So yeah, VSiN.com/subscribe, 10-day free trial. If you like it, you can go monthly, save money, get a year, or you can cancel before the 10 days are up. You won't be charged a thing. And then lastly, last housekeeping here is of course getting on social media. But by social media, I'm not talking TikTok, I'm not talking Instagram, I'm talking Twitter. Twitter is huge for being a sports bettor because it lets you stay plugged in to a real-time market. Be the first to know, not the last to know. So make sure you get on Twitter. You can follow breaking injuries, starting pitchers getting scratched. You can search players who are questionable. When lineups come out in MLB, you can follow sports books who will tweet out bet splits or where their percentages are at. I always like seeing that. But make sure you always follow. And the first thing you got to do, follow at VSiN Live. Let's get the VSiN mothership up to 100K followers. Follow VSiN Live. Tell a friend to follow as well. And then, of course, follow me, your buddy. Follow me at Josh_insights. And you can always email me as well, josh@vsin.com. Say hello, introduce yourself, and talk betting, anything I can do to help. My goal is to help you read the market, report the market accurately, reliably, and help you cash some smart plays and beat some closing lines and make you feel more confident in the market. But got to get referred to a new sports book, whatever it may be, hit me up. I'm here to help in any way that I can. josh@vsin.com. So, back to today, a big Monday, a new week starting up here. It is Monday, July 19th. And guess what, guys? Today is a baseball day. So we're going to run through the baseball board. I love the board today, knock on wood. And then we're going to finish up second half of the pod. A little preview for the NBA Finals Game 6. See what we're seeing across the market overall. But let's dive in. So first one on the board, 13 games in baseball today. No basketball. Obviously, hockey is long gone at this point. We have actually have football right around the corner, which is crazy. And I've been looking at a lot of these win totals overall, which, by the way, Jaguars under 6.5, Bengals under 6.5, Seahawks over 9.5, Bucks over 11.5, and there's one more. The Brownies over 10.5 wins. Those are all bets that I have in pocket that I've already made. But anyway, guys, big baseball day, nowhere else to go. We always say to ourselves, hey, that's a good thing because the public is thirsty for betting. Sports betting is getting legalized, expanding everywhere. So anytime there's only one thing going on, all the action is going to gravitate to baseball today. And hopefully that public bias will allow us some contrarian opportunities to maximize our edge. So with that being said, first one on the board, I'm not going to outsmart myself on this one, guys. This is game one of a doubleheader. It's a 5:10 Eastern time game. Minnesota and the Chicago White Sox. Give me the Southsiders here, the Chi Sox. It's a popular bet, but also it's got a ton of money in it. So money on the White Sox here. So to me, it's kind of a Pro and Joe play. And what I like about this one, guys, the line move. I like a lot of things about this one. But first off, let's look at the pitching matchup. Lance Lynn, believe it or not, he just signed another 2-year deal for like $38 million. Guy's been unbelievable. 9-3, 1.99 ERA. I got to look up his Cy Young odds. He's got to be up there. But anyway, Lynn is going up against Jax here, who I don't really know. I think he's a young journeyman type guy. But a huge advantage on the bump here for the White Sox. Huge move to the White Sox. White Sox open -190. They've been steamed up all the way to -225. So big move in their favor. And then also you look at the White Sox. They're 10-2 against Minnesota this year, including 6-0 at home. They have owned Minnesota. They're also great as a home favorite in general. They got the home crowd behind them. They're expected to win. They've done it 3 out of 4 games. 31-12, 72%. Also system matches, big faves, 200 or more off a win, 73%. Steam 15 cents or more off a win, 60%. A lot of these matches here on the Chi Sox. So I know it's a big number, but always bet to risk, not bet to win. You're risking your 1 unit, okay? You're risking your 1 unit on White Sox -225. You're trying to get a little less than a half unit back, like 0.47 units, something like that. But let's go Chi Sox. Next one up. You know I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm not a blind loyalist. You can't bet with your heart. You got to bet with your head. And guess what? I'm going to go Toronto today, guys. Toronto is at home against the Red Sox. These two teams have kind of been trending in opposite directions a little bit because, we look at the Sox as still one of the best records in baseball, but they've kind of struggled a bit. They lost 2 or 3 to the Yankees. Before that, they lost a few to Philly. They're 2-4 their last 6. Meanwhile, the Jays are just on fire. They've won 4 straight. They just swept the Rangers. They beat the Rangers by a combined score of 25-2. So their bats are unbelievable right now. And they're facing Nick Pivetta tonight, who started off great but has tailed off. But I like this move toward Toronto. Toronto open at home, and by home, we always got to double check. Are they back in Toronto yet? I think they're going July 30th. They're back in Toronto. But this one here is still Salem Field. I think it's, what is that, the Buffalo one? Buffalo, Florida. I think it's Buffalo. You can never keep track of these guys. The Nomads. You call them the Toronto Nomads here. But anyway, Toronto open around -120. -115. They've been steamed up all the way to around -130. So good move in favor of the Jays. And also like that the public's kind of split here. So how can you not take the Sox plus money? Yet line is going to the Jays. This would be a system match. Home favorite off a win, 62%. We still are looking at these favorites since June 1st at 63%. And really, I'm playing the system here is the line move and the bats. Toronto's bats are red hot. They're hitting 265 now, tied with, I think, the Astros for number 1 in baseball here. So give me the Jays. Next one up, I'm making a dog play here on the Metropolitans. Give me the Mets. They're on the road at Cincinnati. Cincinnati opened around a -125 favorite. I even saw like a -135 favorite. And this line is tanking toward the New York Mets. The Mets were getting like +120, +115. Now, you want to grab them before they hop the fence here. They're like +103. So big move there toward the Mets. Again, you want to grab some plus money before it escapes you here. But all action has been on the New York Mets here. If you look at some system matches with the Mets, number 1, just a line move in their favor. But I got a lot of systems, a series opener move, an RLM dog to fave move. We're almost approaching that at this point. So I'm going Mets here. And I also think an X factor is Nick Castellanos. He's huge to that lineup. And he's still questionable with a wrist injury. If he's out, that's another feather in the cap. But give me the Mets dog play here. Good sharp move. Big number, but give me Tampa Bay Rays. Rays are at home against Baltimore. This kind of reminds me a little bit of that White Sox play in Game 1 of the doubleheader. But we had Tampa Bay open around -215. Big number, but they've been steamed all the way up to -260, guys. You know, my thing is like, this is about as high as I'll go in a baseball game. If you even want to go spread, -1.5, I don't really hate that, but again, stay in your lane. I'm not a big run line guy, so I don't want to just throw them out there here and there. But I am going to lay this -260. The run line is -1.5, -140. But huge move toward Tampa, -210 up to -260. And to me, it's just a big steam move in their favor. Steam 15 cents or more, home team off a win 61% this year. Big faves 200 or more off a win 73%. Tampa as a home favorite 72%. All these matches here on Tampa Bay, and it doesn't hurt that Baltimore is terrible on the road, and they are bad against lefties, 10-22 against lefties, and we have Tampa 34-21 against righties. So I know it's a big number, but you're laying a minus 260, trying to get 0.41 units back, whatever that may be. But give me Tampa Bay there. Cubbies are sharp. I'm taking a shot on the Cubs. They're on the road at St. Louis. And I've seen a split ticket count. Public has no idea what to do here. Kind of see two teams, divisional spot, somewhat similar records, both hovering around 500. They're actually exactly the same, 46 and 47. What I like about this one is the public is split down the middle, yet the line is going to the Cubs. That tells me those bigger, sharper wagers are on the Cubbies here. So a lot of these books actually open around minus 115, minus 110 to St. Louis, and now it's flipped to minus 110 Chicago. So again, split ticket count. Public doesn't know what to do. Theoretically, if the bets are even, the line shouldn't move at all. But we know that not all bets are created equal. You have bigger wagers. Typically, doesn't automatically mean bigger wagers are from sharps, but typically, because like Floyd Mayweather, we always joke about him, but he could drop $1 million on the Super Bowl, not move the line at all, because he's not a sharp. He doesn't have a track record of success. But you have a wise guy who the books respect, who has a long track record of success, who bets a dime or 5,000 on the Cubs tonight. Boom, that's going to move the number. So I like the Cubs in this one, guys. It just stinks to me, and I like this dog to fave line move. So give me Chicago here. And if you can get around a minus 110, you might be able to get a minus 108, minus 107. But I'll go Cubbies in this one. Give me Chicago. Buckle up, guys. A gross one. Two of the worst teams in baseball. This is like, what's the lesser of two evils? The Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So I'm going to go Pirates. And Tim Fraley, if you're listening, Tim Fraley and the boys at the book, it almost became like I can't bet Pittsburgh ever. I almost like swore them off entirely. But again, I don't think you want to swear any team off if they're sharp and you want to take a shot. I think the value's there. It's up to you. Again, you don't have to. You only make a bet that you feel like you have an edge on. If you don't, lay off. But I like the Pirates today. They're 36 and 57, terrible. But Arizona's worse, 27 and 68. What I like about this one, guys, is the line move toward Pittsburgh. This game opened Arizona at home around minus 130. And they're getting the majority of bets. I think the public says two terrible teams. Give me the favorite, the team that's at home expected to win. Yet Arizona opened minus 130. They're down to minus 117, minus 116. This line is falling toward Pittsburgh, even though the public is on the Snakes here. So that tells me sharp reverse line move on the Pirates. Number one, dog high total. So you have a dog play Pittsburgh total of 9.5 with that reverse line move in their favor. And you also look I'm intrigued. So the total's kind of weird because it's 9.5. It looks like juice to the under. The roof is closed there at Chase Field because it's so hot. But you do have two pitchers, high ERAs, and we do have Arizona as a favorable over team. So I was kind of intrigued by the over. I think I'm going to lay off just because why is the juice to the under if we got these two high ERA guys? But my play is Pittsburgh there, guys. It's disgusting. The Pirates stink. But about almost 10, 15 cent line move in their favor. Road dog high total. I'm taking a shot on Pittsburgh. Let's see if we can steal a series opener here with the Buccos. Last two, and I love them both. Give me the Oakland A's, baby. And by the way, there are rumors that the Oakland A's could be moving to Las Vegas. So I'm just going to tell the A's right now, if that's going to happen, you better get some air conditioning. You better get a pool wherever you move to. It's going to be hot. Maybe it'll be a retractable roof baseball stadium. Who knows? But I like this play with Oakland. Number one, it's Ohtani Day. Fade Ohtani Day. The guy's incredible. He's amazing. He's going to win not the Rookie of the Year. He already won that. The MVP. However, he takes the mound. Public loves him. And that kind of creates some value just automatically to go contrarian against Ohtani. But I like this line move here. It's not just a contrarian play. Remember, contrarian's only going to get you halfway there. It's a good starting point, a good foundation, but there's so much more you got to look at. And the point being, I want to be both contrarian against the public with the house, but with the wise guys. And the wise guys are on Oakland today, guys. A lot of these books opened up minus 115 Angels. It's now flipped to minus 110 Oakland. So Oakland has gone from getting plus 105 to now minus 110. That's a dog to fave line move. Home favorites in baseball, 61%. Favorites since June 1st, 63%. Also, Oakland, plus 30 in run differential this year. LA is minus 25. Also, Oakland has owned the Angels, or done pretty well against them. 7-3 against the Halos, including 5-2 at home. So I'm gonna go Oakland here, guys. I like this play to the A's at home against Ohtani. And also a couple, let's see, Oakland dropped 2 or 3 against Cleveland. Could be a buy low spot as well at pretty much just a juice price at that point. And then last one of the night, San Fran and LA. A big matchup here between two great teams in the NL battling it out in the NL West. And I love this spot. I like the Dodgers here, guys. Give me the Dodgers. This is Gausman against Tony Gonsolin. Great pitching matchup. But this thing opened at a pick'em. -105 both sides. Pretty much odds makers are just throwing out that pick'em number, and yet all movement has been toward the Dodgers. Dodgers have been steamed up all the way to -130. I see a -135. That's important because tickets are split. Public sees two great teams. Now they're seeing Kevin Gausman with his numbers here. Ridiculous. I know the Orioles are probably kicking themselves because they drafted him, I think, first round, like a top 5 pick, and he was terrible. Now he goes out to San Fran, and the guy's amazing. But Gausman's 9-3, 1.71 ERA. But Gonsolin's no slouch. He was hurt much of the year, but he's 1-0, 2.13 ERA. But I like that the public is split or even slight lean to San Fran, yet -105 pick 'em up to Dodgers -130, -135. So great sharp line move there to the Dodgers. There'll also be a favorite low total of 8 in this one. I hope Mookie Betts is going to play tonight. I saw he was questionable with a hip, but hopefully he's in there. But again, regardless, lines going to the Dodgers, and they're not a huge public play. It's just kind of a sharp move. So give me the Dodgers. So loving the slate today, guys. The White Sox, Toronto, Mets, Tampa Bay, Chicago Cubbies, Pittsburgh, Oakland, and the Dodgers. If we could get 5 of those guys, 5 or more, that would be a great start to our week. But there you have it, everyone. First half of the pod in the books. Your boy's back in Boston, missing Vegas already. But do not go anywhere, because when we get back, we're going to look ahead a little bit to tomorrow's NBA Finals matchup between the Suns and the Bucks. Can the Suns steal one here and keep the series going? Backs against the wall. What's up with the total? I got a system match on the total. So we'll talk about that when we come back. But don't go anywhere. On a Monday, back in the bean, your buddy, Josh Applebaum, grinding every single day. Don't go anywhere. We're going to finish up strong. A little preview of NBA Finals Game 6 tomorrow night on episode 371 of the VSiN Market Insights Podcast with me, your buddy, your host, Josh Applebaum. Stick with us, guys. We'll be right back.
It's crazy how much we have to pay for outdated, impersonal healthcare, and even crazier that we all just accept it. It's time to face facts. Healthcare is backwards. Luckily, there's Forward, a new approach to primary care that's surprisingly personal and refreshingly straightforward. Forward never makes you feel like just another patient. Backed by top-rated doctors and the latest tech, Forward gives you access to personalized care whenever you need it. Using in-depth genetic analysis and real-time blood work, Forward's top-rated doctors provide you with in-depth insights to better understand your genetics, mental, and physical health. They then create custom, easy-to-understand plans to help guide you to achieving long-term health. With Forward, you get unlimited in-person visits with your doctor and access to care anytime via the Forward app, all for one flat monthly fee. It's time to stop accepting backwards healthcare and start moving your health forward. Visit GoForward.com today to learn more. That's GoForward.com.
Summer is finally here, and it's time to get out and enjoy the water, hike, bike, run, and to be back with friends. But life with the hassles of contacts and glasses slows you down. The Eye Center is giving you a summer of freedom thanks to Eye LASIK with iDesign 2.0 from Dr. Boutros. LASIK at the Eye Center is even more affordable with huge savings and 0% financing. Join the thousands of people with clear vision thanks to Dr. Boutros, one of the top surgeons in Virginia with 5 locations. Schedule your free LASIK consultation at theeyecenter.com today.
All right, everyone, we are back at it on a Monday, starting off a new week here as always. See if we can translate some good biting in baseball from the weekend and bring that mojo back from Vegas to Boston. But let's turn the page here, guys. I mentioned to you, it's a baseball day. If you love baseball, today's the day for you because it's the only game in town. But we got to keep our eye on Game 6 of the NBA Finals here. I'll give you some updated stats, just looking at kind of where everything stands at this point. So obviously we have the Bucks up 3-2. I'll be totally honest with you. I'm nervous about our Suns -190 series bet. They're now plus 310. Now here's something, guys. You know, you could bet the Suns plus 310 right now to come back and win the series. or you could just write out your minus 190. I'm not going to rebet Suns plus 310. I'm going to write out my minus 190. This is almost like when you get a bad number, do you rebet it again? No, I sleep in the bed I made or whatever. I dance with the one who brung me. My fiance Elise, of course. But I'm not going to turn maybe 2 losses into 1. I'm going to just hope I get my Suns minus 190. People could tell you different. Sharps could say, hey, great value on the plus 310. But to me, I'm just going to write out my minus 190, see if I can get lucky here. Bucks now minus 400 to win the NBA Finals, up 3-2, and going back to Milwaukee. And got to give a shout out to my guy Dave Ross, who made one of the sharpest bets I've seen in a while. He jumped on Giannis plus 500 to an NBA Finals MVP, I think prior to Game 3. Guess what? Giannis is now minus 350. So that thing has moved like $8.50 in favor of my guy Dave Ross. So it looks like it's Giannis's award to win. We said, hey, his numbers are great, but could they possibly give the award to a losing player? That would be the first time, I believe, since 1969, Jerry West, the logo. But Giannis, minus 350. Anyone who got on him at plus money, you're feeling great right now. It's really Giannis's award, and really no one's close. Chris Paul's plus 600. Booker's plus 600. Next guy up is Middleton, plus 2,500. But again, if you jumped on the Bucks series price, if you had Giannis as MVP, you're feeling really good right now. Unfortunately, I had neither of those. But looking at this game here, guys, a couple things going on. So I think we're in a waiting game with the spread. We have the Bucks opening -5 at home with the Suns backs against the wall elimination spot. Now, I'm going to wait this thing out. It opened 5. It hasn't come off of 5. Now, this is the biggest spread of the series thus far. Nothing crazy, but we've had all 4s and 4.5s. Now we're getting a 5. Actually, what was it? Maybe Game 2 was a 5-point spread. That was one that the Suns won at home. Or maybe it was at Game 1 or Game 2. I forgot which one that was. But we're back to a 5. Again, I guess it's tied for the highest spread. So this is a waiting game for me. Again, I want to wait till game day. I want to see, does the public say, there's no way that the gambler's fallacy. The Suns are great. They were the favorite when the series started. They're going to bounce back. They got to cover this number. Or do they say, wow, Bucks are just ridiculous. The eye test says they're the far better team. Laying 5, I got no problem with that at home to close it out and win a title. So again, it's 5. It hasn't moved. Now, if you're really into the weeds here, I do see a couple plus 5s at -115 to the Suns. So does this thing get down to 4.5? I don't see any -5, -115 to the Bucks. It's only a couple here on Phoenix. So does it go down to 4.5? That's what I want to know. But I'm not going to bet this either way. I'm going to use this extra day here up until tomorrow night. Let's let the ticket counts build up. Let's let more public bias come in. Let's see if any sharp moves come in as well. So I'm just walking this tightrope at 5. Slight tiny lean to the Suns. But again, that nothing crazy. That's a juice price lean to the Suns. And what I would worry a little bit is just the Bucks would match that playoff short favorite system, 5 or less. That's 63% ATS. So let's wait out the spread. That's my opinion. But I love the total, and I like the under, guys. I like the under here. I'll tell you why. A couple things. Number one, the line's falling. The total opened 223. It's now down to 222. If you can find a 222.5, they're probably all gone. But the under 222.5 to me was a really sharp play. And also the opener, obviously, of 223 and under 222.5. But I like about this one, guys. 2 things. Number one, recency bias. So the over, I believe, is now 3-1-1 in the NBA Finals. Obviously flew over last game. They had 242 points in the last one. So with 242 in the last game, you say to yourself, the total's 222 right now. Hammer the over. It's going to go way over. But I always like it when a game goes way over, and yet the next game in a playoff series immediately drops, because you would think it would rise. But again, the odds makers set these lines based on the knowing that or thinking or expecting that the public will just ride that over trend once again. So it's not like this thing opened 223 and it's up to 224. It's down. It's falling. So I like that this is kind of most likely line up as a really contrarian under bet, but also Game 6, Game 7 unders. If you get deep into the series, this is where the unders really come to play. They're 58% to the under Game 6, Game 7 last decade. So why is this important? Tired legs. It's a grueling series, especially NBA Finals. You've been playing playoff games for 2 months now at this point. You also have an elimination spot, so you want to lock in on defense. Got a lot of film to go off of to match up defensively. So all those factors would lean under there. So both the recency bias, 242 last game, yet it's falling, and that Game 6, Game 7 tired leg, important matchup defensive emphasis there, both to the under. So let's see what happens. If you can still find a 222, I'd entertain that. Let's see. I actually see a couple books 221.5. So this line may fall even further. But my strong lean here, I'm going to wait out the spread, but I'm looking at that under. If you can still find an under 222. You would have loved the hook 222.5. But again, to me, this is going to be a wise guy under play. But we do have a full day here to see how it develops. But anyway, guys, there you have it. Your boy is back in Boston. Bittersweet. It's funny. I can't catch a break here. I go to Vegas and it's 117 degrees. I come back to Boston. It's raining again. We got an Uber from Logan Airport at 5 a.m. this morning. Talking to our Uber driver, and I'm like, hey, how's it been in Boston recently? He's like, it's raining. It continues to rain. It's rain every day. It's Forrest Gump. Remember when he's in Vietnam? He says every day was stinging rain, sideways rain, some rain that felt like it never ended. I feel like that's Boston right now. So I'm either hot or rainy. Maybe we can find a good medium here, but how can I possibly complain? I work in sports betting. I mean, seriously, how lucky am I, especially after my great Vegas trip? So anyway, guys, a new week begins. I want to thank you all for tuning in every single day, grinding in the arena with me. It means so much to me that we've built this sports betting community here. And I want to just say real quick, hey, if you enjoy the pod, if it's helped you cash a couple bets, if you went 2-0 and biting with Misha Tate and our guy Gamrot, or maybe you've cashed on some NBA player props in the playoffs, or maybe your baseball wise guy plays have been doing well, whatever it may be, if you got a couple extra bucks in your pocket, and you enjoy the pod and you want to let me know you appreciate it, and you appreciate the hard work I put in every day, you want to make my day, there's one thing I ask of you. Go to Amazon.com, type in the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, pick up a copy for you or for a friend or a buddy or a family member or a loved one or a coworker or anybody in a legalized state or newly legalized state who wants to get on sports but has no idea where to start. You can start with my book, How Lines Are Set, Why They Move, How to Go Contrarian, How to Identify Sharp Action and Read Line Moves, How to Make a Bankroll Management Plan, How to Place a Bet in Person or Online, Tips and Strategies, and chapters for all the major sports. It's all included in my book, The Everything Guide to Sports Betting. So go to Amazon, pick one up. It would mean a lot to me, guys. If you already have, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, you know my parting words as always. Whether I see you at the Borgata in Atlantic City, Twin River in Rhode Island, the Brook in New Hampshire, whether I did see you at the South Point, where the True Grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found, or at the beautiful Circa, where I hung out and did a spot in studio on rush hour and got to see my buddy Bill D and hang out at the beautiful Circa, which is just impeccable. Wherever it may be, you're gonna walk up to me, and there's only a couple bets you're gonna show me. You're gonna show me Misha Tate minus 145. You're gonna show me Gamrot minus 200, and guess what? First one's on me, next one's on you. We're gonna post up at the book. We're gonna sweat sharp contrarian plays with our notebook and a iPad. And guess what? We're going to grind like we always do. So, of course, guys, stay sharp, stay contrarian, bet against the public, place yourself on the side of the house, always be with the smart money, never against it. Will smart money win every time? Nope. There's no such thing as a lock, no such thing as a guarantee. Anyone who tells you there is, they're lying to you. Sports betting is hard, but that's what makes it rewarding when you cash a bet. So, of course, guys, keep grinding, stay sharp, stay contrarian, bet against the public, place yourself on the side of the house. And flat betting, as always, no parlays. And I'm walking through the Park MGM, all these different sports books, everyone playing the penny slots, and I just keep thinking of David Purdum's tweet about how penny slots are the biggest moneymaker for the house. Guess what? So are parlays. That's why you should avoid them. You have a 5-team parlay, you go 4-1, you lose the whole thing. You bet them flat betting individually, you go 4-1, you stack 2-3 units. That's the whole math and science behind it, guys. But good luck. Hope you had a great weekend. Happy, healthy, safe weekend. And let's start our week off right with some baseball today, guys. Good luck. I will see you at the window. Take care, everyone.
When you're behind the wheel of a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro, mighty moments are always right around the corner. 1 minute, you're cruising around town when you find out they're rehabbing the old community center. So you show up in your tough-as-nails quarter-ton truck, loaded up with lumber, the neighborhood crew, and enough elbow grease to make your old stomping ground shine like new.
14th Street on 3. 1, 2, 3. 14th Street.
Make the most of each moment with a handsomely rugged Toyota truck like the Tacoma TRD Pro. Toyota, let's go places.
The biggest NFL season ever starts with training camp.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
A whole week of first looks and insider access on NFL Network.
Hit the horn!
Leading up to the first ever Back Together Saturday, fueled by Gatorade.
We're back, baby. Let's go!
With a full day of coverage around the league.
He's a playmaker at every level.
As all 32 teams take the field. Training camp, Back Together. Coverage begins July 26th on NFL Network.